Do you know what's better than action, war, and bloodlust in anime? It's the 1000 IQ moments when the main character or a side character uses mere brain power to outsmart one of the strongest characters in the anime. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. 15. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The first IQ moment on our list is from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders. How do you beat fog in winter? Well, you inhale it. That's what Jotaro did in tricking Enya. It's very difficult to defeat enemies that don't have any tangible forms. But Jotaro was way ahead of everyone. Since Star Platinum was completely made of mist, it couldn't beat Justice physically, but Jotaro had a secret move under his sleeve, so he inhaled the whole bastard. Watching cause Enya to suffocate as the old hag had never expected this move in a million years. She suffocates and is left at the mercy of Jotaro. This shows how cunning Jotaro really is when it comes to defeating enemies using brain power. 14. Fate Zero. Do you know what's better than killing someone? It's killing her wife along with him. This move is from Fate Zero, where Kiritsugu outsmarts Kaneth. These moments are very cool when a character is outsmarted or humiliated by the other and ends him in the worst scenario possible. That's what Kiritsugu did. He manipulates Kaneth to brainwash Lanza into taking his own life while fighting Saber. Fast forward, Kiritsugu eliminates both Kaneth and his wife using a fellow sniper. This move is very brutally crucial because Kiritsugu defeated the two bastards without putting Saber at risk of losing her life. 13. Vinland Saga. Making its way into the top 20 IQ moves, Vinland Saga is not a joke, and Askeladd is a total champ here. If you don't have the equipment to destroy a fort, use some ships. That's what Askeladd did in conquering the fort of the French. He sailed ships on land. Well, not really. His men carried the boats right into the enemy territory that took them by surprise. And to add salt to the wound, Askeladd took all the treasure, leaving the employer empty-handed. This proves what kind of giga-chads Vikings really were. 12. Blue Lock. If you want to see Messi as Ronaldo in the anime world, have a look at Blue Block. They don't dribble but use their IQ to tackle the opponent. The 1000 IQ moment from Blue Lock is when Izagi tricks Rin, the strongest, intelligent jerk in the anime. Rin is a veteran when it comes to reading people's moves, especially if it is Isagi. But Isagi knew that Rin knew what Isagi knew. So he uses this perception to outsmart Rin and score a mighty goal using his back heel kick that leaves everyone shocked. This clearly shows how Isagi outsmarted the best in the business using the 1000 IQ power. 11. One Piece. You know One Piece, and if you don't, you probably live under a rock. There are tremendous IQ moments from One Piece since it has more than 1000 episodes. The one that really catches the eye is when Luffy beats Crocodile. Croc is another one of those intangible form villains, and he's made of dust. By this time, Straw Hats knew how to beat low-key devil fruit users, but he had never faced a Dustman. So Luffy uses his battle IQ to fill his body with water and serve it to Croc, making him tangible. Just like that, Luffy uses his Gum Gum power to kick the crap out of Crocodile. 10. Eminence and Shadow. In our top 5, we have Sid versus Olivia from Eminence in the Shadow. In the show, Sid is a total Chad with a bunch of powers and can easily overpower anyone. But this time, he uses his brains instead of raw strength to outsmart the smartest. In the fight, we see Olivia taking the upper hand by making a heap of her own copies. Sid uses his 1000 IQ to outsmart her. He acts vulnerable to lower Olivia's guard and makes a jaw-dropping comeback. Olivia slices through him like a sandwich, but Sid catches and bites into her just like a simp. This bite vanishes all copies of Olivia, leaving her and Nelson on the kindness of Sid. Finally, Sid uses his final move, Eye of Atomic. This move is so powerful in the series that it destroys the whole sanctuary like an atomic bomb, killing Olivia and Nelson in the process as well. Sid would have easily killed them with bare hands, but what's the joy in that when you can go off like a nuke? 9. Sword Art Online. Have you ever seen a one-armed man defeating a god-level threat in any anime? That's what Sword Art Online brings during the fight between Berkoli and Vecta. Berkoli is truly a great warrior when it comes to sacrificing brains. He can use his brain more quickly than you use TikTok. But in this fight, Vecta had the upper hand for the whole fight. In the battle, Berkoli got his arm chopped off and was on the brink of dying, but suddenly he saw an opening. So he takes the opportunity and uses his pet dragon to land a lethal blow. Berkoli gets up and uses his special move to kill the past self Vecta in an instant. However, Berkoli does lose his life in the process, but that's the true warrior spirit, because no pain is no gain. The fighting style and the animation were just mouth-watering, and the 1000 IQ move made us as happy as finding a $100 bill on a footpath. 8. Frieren, Beyond Journey's Ends. What's better than killing your long-life enemy without killing her? Well, that's what Frieren did. Or as a powerful hag with a bunch of armed knights, and she has the ability to control anyone that has mana power less than her own. She can manipulate anyone into doing the darkest deeds using her mana power, but Frieren was one step ahead. In the climax, we see Frieren versus Aura and her army. Frieren is powerful, yet the numbers were against her, but she might have lost if she had to face all the knights. However, Aura was more of a stupid jerk when it came to power. Aura uses the spell of obedience to fasten the killing process, but at the same instant, Frieren unleashes her mana that makes Aura piss her pants. Frieren had been suppressing her mana throughout her life. If Aura knew all of this, she would have never cast the spell, but it is what it is. Frieren uses her spell against her and orders Aura to chop her own head. This was a cold yet a 1000 IQ moment. 7. Naruto. As we move close to the top, the anines are getting bigger. Here, we have a 1000 IQ moment from the big three. The clip is from Naruto, where Shikamaru beats Hidan using Shadow Jutsu. Shikamaru is well known for his impressive plays in the anime, and is considered one of the highest rated IQ ninjas. Hidan is basically immortal, but Shikamaru has a contingency plan for him as well. He purposely uses Gakuzu's blood instead of his own, causing Gakuzu to lose one of his hearts. But Hidan is still immortal, so to cut the cheese, Shikamaru blows him off to smithereens and buries him alive. This moment has a special place in the fans' hearts. This is not due to the 1000 IQ moment, but the revenge of Asuma that Hidan has previously killed. This revenge makes Shikamaru the right-hand man of Naruto later on in the series. 6. The Promised Neverland. Making it to our top 10 is The Great Escape from the Promised Neverland. This series is very entertaining because the main protagonists are little kids who are raised in an orphanage. But soon, they realize that they are the food of some terrifying monsters that they are being raised for. Without any delay, the kids' gang went on to escape from the orphanage, and Emma played the role of the mastermind, safely taking everyone in the family to the outside world with little kids on board. The little kids proved to be way ahead of the mastermind adults and knights who thought that they could feed these brats to some monsters. 5. The Assassination Classroom. It's always fun to watch a lame-ass young kid own the top ones, especially when they are famous. You will always feel overjoyed even if you watch it 100 times. That's what happens in the Assassination Classroom. In a fight between Karma and Grip, Karma owns Grip with ease. During the first half of the fight, Karma evaded all of Grip's attacks. This gave him a sense of prediction and also made Grip run out of stamina. In the second half, Karma goes all in on hand-to-hand combat. Both manage to survive somehow, but in the third part, Grip uses a paralyzing spray to knock out Karma. So Karma goes along with his plan, but he picks up the spray and uses it against Grip. This knocks out Grip and shows what the top assassins of the world like Karma can really do. After that, he puts in Grip's nose, but this surely was a 1000 IQ move. 4. Code Geass. The last anime before our top 3 is Code Geass. Here our main character, Lelouch, manipulates the whole world to obey him. He's not a villain, just to be clear, but a savior. His aim was to unite the whole world against him, just to bring peace. He conquered the strongest empire in the world, but participated in the rebellion and controlled the whole plot. He's extremely overpowered, but also has a great peace of mind. He manipulates public opinion as well and pulls the strings behind the scenes. He offers himself as a sacrifice just so the world can come together and make a peaceful place for her sister. What a great manipulator. 3. Attack on Titan. You guys have probably heard of rumbling. Well, Eren is easily rumbled into the top 3 using his manipulating skills and 1000 IQ. Some people consider that he even manipulated the writer Hajime Isayama, but that's all just for memes. Out of all the manipulations he did during the anime, from Mikasa to Yumur, the one that stands tall is when Eren manipulated his dad and Zeke was scared to death when he did it. Using the Attack Titan's powers, Eren ordered his dad to kill the Reese family, which he did, and after that, he also manipulated him to give the Attack Titan to the younger Eren. In fact, Eren was the one who controlled the past and present, and he also controlled the future after wiping out 80% of humanity. If I were to rate Eren in 1000 IQ skills, it would be 10 out of 10. 2. Bleach. The third big 3 on the list is Bleach. The best clip for using brain power is when Aizen confronts the captains. Aizen had been manipulating many people using his brain power from the very beginning, but he showed his best feat when he came face to face with a bunch of captains. Even though they had the numbers advantage, Aizen took them out easily. He acted to be on the loser's end, but it was just his 1000 IQ move. He pulled out the Uno reverse card, making the captains feel helpless. Then Aizen uses his raw power to send all the captains to sleep. If you combine high IQ with strong muscle, you will get Aizen. 1. Death Note. Now the time you all have been waiting for. The number 1000 IQ was pulled off by none other than Light. The anime is Death Note, and if you have never heard of this anime, you don't deserve to live. Light and L and the most intelligent people in the series. The series is full of plot twists with one person gaining the upper hand every time. L is always trying to find new clues about the killer Era, while Light wants to get close to L to take him out. Unfortunately, L was not in Santa's good book, so he had to suffer the worst. Light kills L, announcing himself as the god of the new world. The #1 spot is surely made for Light.